Well, it's a cool one this morning. 4th of November, I think. We are just a few degrees above freezing. We got today and tomorrow. Going to stay half decent. After that, there's a chance of snow on Thursday. So, as usual, I got a few projects I'd like to clear up before it snows. So, let's fire up old Yeller here. Regular followers on the channel might recall that as of last January I got out of the cattle business, so I no longer need some of these windbreaks and corral fences. Timing was actually fairly good because as you might observe, some of this windbreak is in pretty rough condition. That's a good post. I'll salvage that. A lot of this is just going to go to burn. I don't know if the barn board people will be shocked, but yeah, I want to clean that out so I can get in here with the rotary mower and run right through there. Kind of keep the grass trimmed down, looking a little more civilized, easier to get around, and possibly a little less of a fire hazard. I don't know. As far as the old cattle shelter, well, it's yet to be determined. It's still a solid post in the ground structure, which if a guy wanted to, I guess could put in a little reinforcements here and there, but it would have to be recovered with sheet metal, tin. Obviously I still got some cleaning up to do here. I'll be doing a little bit at a time as the ground dries out because it's very wet underneath. Notice the ruts I made. As it dries, I try to get in there with the front end loader, clean it down to dirt, and add to the pile of compost there. Anyway, time grows short. I better get busy here. Less talking, more working. Catch you later. Yeah, some of these planks are pretty light. Half rotten. And I got some interested observers here. I see at least 3 of them. Hopefully they'll catch a mouse or 2. That lumber pile there, me and my dad salvaged that probably in the early 1980s, I'm going to say. I've used some of it, but I'm thinking a lot of it is probably rotten and ready to throw away. Hard to say. Anyway, it's out of the way for the time being, so I'll concentrate on this section here for now. Okay, we are rolling. Well, the sun came out. It's warmed up to the high 40s, so I've got a clearing made up there by the cattle shelter. I'm gonna attempt to start this tractor, hitch onto the mower, and do a bit of clearing up there. Regular channel watchers will recognize the old interstate workaholic, and no doubt some will find it hard to believe. I bought that battery as part of a pair, August 1999. Anyway, we have no block heater on this tractor, and it was a cool night, so I'm going to use the tried and true manifold heater. Click the solenoid and give it 20 seconds or so, and I won't make you watch all that. Okay, I didn't time it, but I'm going to take a wild guess. That's about 20 seconds or so. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Drill start. I don't know. It's never been that hard starting before. Okay, I'm giving it another 15-20 seconds of manifold heating, which hopefully won't drain the battery too much. Let's give it a go. See if we can lift that post. That's all we got. Main thing here is not to have it drop back on top of the tractor. Oh, that's a long one. It'll be about a 16, 18 footer. Alright. Well, as is often the case, it turned out to be a bigger job than I thought. There is room to get through here, but there was a lot of dead evergreen branches hanging down, sticking out in the way that we're going to scratch the 60-some-year-old paint on the tractor, which I didn't want to do. So I thought, cut off a few branches here by hand. Won't take long. Don't need to power up the chainsaw. Well, I've been sawing for a while here by hand and I'm not done yet. But we'll get there. A lot of these evergreens, the lower branches are dead. Some of them, that one there, is dead right to the top. So it's going to come down on its own accord one of these days. There's probably a few more like it. A lot of the lower branches are just dying off. I don't know. Hopefully they'll come back, but time will tell, I guess. Anyway, gotta get to work here. These are short now. Okay, that's a pretty good pile of branches. But it must have taken me the best part of an hour to cut all that. And try and get through with the tractor and mower now. Still plenty tight here at the very end, but those branches still got green needles on them, so I don't really want to cut them off. With a pile of burning material. Sometime once the snow is on the ground, we will have to burn that. Clean it up. It's not safe to light a fire at this time of the year, obviously, but if the snow comes, we can pretty much take care of it. Not the greatest for loading, being such a high box, but the good part is it's pretty much self-unloading. Somebody installed this PTO cable backwards, so you have to push in to engage, and it's really stiff. Oh, there we go. We're still low on oil. It's as high as he's going to lift. And it's not quite. Alright, I may have to get constructive here. Keeping well out of the danger zone. That plug on the top is where you add the oil for the hydraulic system. The hydraulic pump is actually self-contained in the hydraulic cylinder, driven off the PTO, obviously. So it's kind of a fine balance to get enough oil in there to run the cylinder up high enough to unload. But if you put too much in, when you lower it, it will spew oil out somewhere. I can't remember where, but anyway, we're gonna try something a little different here. Disengage the pump, and there, that clutch is so draggy it doesn't even want to disengage. And the cable's sticky too. Alright. Back up and hit the brakes. Am I going to have to unload all this by hand? I don't know. We got action going on here. I think if I drive ahead, it should pretty much fall out of there. And if there's any comes too far out in the grass here, I can always run back with the front end loader, dozer blade, and just about. I'll pull those two out by hand. Anyway, I'm gonna head her on back to the cattle fence, continue dismantling, and call this video done, because I don't know how much more you guys can stand watching me tearing old corrals apart. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned till next one on the Roosty 6 channel.